Good morning everyone. Again I am here with you with the next video where we will discuss a little bit part of national income and rest the video will discuss about the new unit determination of income and employment. Before understanding determination of income and employment, we need to understand the last method of national income, that is expenditure method. This method is going to help you a lot in the next unit also. So that's why I am teaching this method with this unit. So once you have understood this, the next unit will be so easy for you. So let's discuss what is the expenditure method. We need to add all the expenditure of all the sector of economy. There are 4 sector of economy: household sector, producer sector, government sector, and rest of the world. Expenditure, final expenditure done by the household is consumption expenditure. Expenditure done by the producer is investment expenditure. Expenditure done by the government is government expenditure, and rest of the world export minus import. So all these expenditure we need to add. So we will get GDP MP. That's how it is. In expenditure method, gross domestic product at market price. How are we going to get this gross domestic product at market price? First, private final consumption expenditure, C. It is denoted by C, private final consumption expenditure. What is private final consumption expenditure? This is the final expenditure done by the household sector. Second, investment. Expenditure done by the producer is called investment expenditure, plus government expenditure, plus export minus import, X minus M. This is called net export. So basically, private final consumption expenditure plus investment expenditure plus government expenditure plus net export. Net export, how we got it? Export minus import. So export will be added and import will be deducted. So this will be the formula: C plus I plus G plus X minus M. This will be the formula of national income calculation by expenditure method. Now there are 2-3 things we need to understand to calculate from this expenditure method. Whenever we are calculating by expenditure method, first thing we need to understand that investment expenditure or expenditure done by the producer जो भी खर्चा करेगा, whatever expenditure done by the producer, that is called investment expenditure. So the investment expenditure you can call it, or you can call it capital formation. आप इसको investment expenditure भी बोल सकते हैं और capital formation भी बोल सकते हैं, एक ही बात है दोनों. So investment expenditure, or you can say capital formation, if the capital formation is given gross, if it is written gross capital formation, then to when we will calculate, we will get GDP MP, gross domestic product at market price. Again I am repeating, if it is given in the calculation, हमें calculation में जो value दे रखी है और वो value है वो gross capital formation है, capital formation जो दे रखा है वो gross दे रखा है, तो हमारे पास यहाँ पे जो कैलकुलेट करेंगे वो आएगा जीडीपी एमपी, ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट एट मार्केट प्राइस. और यही यदि नेट कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन दे रखा होता, नेट दे रखा होता, नेट कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन, तो फिर हमारे यहाँ पे हमारे पास आता एनडीपी एमपी. व्हाट विल गेट? एनडीपी एमपी. इफ ग्रॉस गिवन देन जीडीपी, इफ नेट गिवन देन एनडीपी. व्हाट? नेट कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन, ग्रॉस कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन. तो फर्स्ट थिंग विच वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम द क्वेश्चन, दैट इज इट capital formation given GDP or gross, or it is given net. If it is given GDP, gross domestic capital formation, then first we write here GDP MP. If gross capital formation is given net, then we will write here NDP MP. First thing we need to do, सबसे पहली चीज यही करनी है. क्वेश्चंस में देखिए कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन ग्रॉस दे रखा है, यहाँ जीडीपी एमपी लिख दीजिए. यदि नेट दे रखा तो यहाँ पे एनडीपी एमपी लिख दीजिए. अब इसको कैलकुलेट कैसे करेंगे? 4 चीजें ही हैं हमारे पास में. प्राइवेट फाइनल कंजप्शन एक्सपेंडिचर वैल्यू लिख दीजिए, इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर. अब इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर या कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन पहली चीज हमने देख ली थी. द फर्स्ट थिंग विच वी हैव ऑलरेडी अंडरस्टूड फ्रॉम इट दैट इट इज ग्रॉस और नेट, और उसके बिहाफ पे हमने जीडीपी और एनडीपी लिख लिया यहाँ पे. बट इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर या कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन है, इट हैज 2 पार्ट्स. इसको 2 चीजों में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. वन, इन्वेस्टमेंट जो होता है एक तो फिक्स कैपिटल पे होता है, दूसरा होता है चेंज इन स्टॉक यानी इन्वेंट्री. Now, if it is given fixed capital formation, तो हमें कैपिटल चेंज इन स्टॉक को ऐड करना पड़ेगा, और दोनों को ऐड करेंगे तो हमारे पास टोटल कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन निकलेगा. Getting? So how we will get capital formation? Fixed plus change in stock. दोनों को ऐड कर दिया, कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन आ गया। इसी कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन को इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर कहते हैं। इस इन्वेस्टमेंट को हम इधर आई की वैल्यू की जगह लिख देंगे, विल राइट एट आई। नेक्स्ट, गवर्नमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर, एक्सपेंडिचर डन बाय गवर्नमेंट as a producer or as a consumer, as both. Last, export minus import. Export will be added, import will be deducted. यदि net export दे रखा है तो ऐड कर देंगे, net import दे रखा है तो माइनस करेंगे. Import always will be minus, export always will be plus. Total value net export है. Remember, need to understand export minus import we need to do. If it is given in question net export तो डायरेक्टली ऐड कर दो वैल्यू को, यदि नेट इंपोर्ट दे रखा तो माइनस कर दो, यदि नेट एक्सपोर्ट नेट इंपोर्ट नहीं दे रखा, इफ इट इज रिटन ओनली एक्सपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट विल बी प्लस, इफ इट इज इन ओनली इंपोर्ट इंपोर्ट विल बी माइनस, इफ इट इज गिवन एक्सपोर्ट एंड इंपोर्ट बोथ देन एक्सपोर्ट विल बी प्लस, इंपोर्ट विल बी माइनस. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? सो दिस इज हाउ वी विल गेट जीडीपी एमपी. राइट, नाउ एक्सपेंडिचर मेथड जीडीपी एमपी वी गॉट इट. नाउ or we get NDP MP, and from that NDP MP we can calculate NNP FC. So this is the expenditure method. Why I have discussed this? Because this is going to help us in the next unit a lot. With this formula C plus I plus G plus X minus M, the whole next unit get dependent. So we must understand what is consumption expenditure, investment, government, export minus import. This is the four sector economy we are discussing here. Household sector, producer sector, government sector, rest of the world. Expenditure by all the sectors added, we will get national income by expenditure method. Domestic ko will convert into national, MP will convert into FC. If it is gross, then depreciation will be deducted. Let's discuss the next unit. Let's discuss our new unit, our new topic, that is income and employment theory. This income and employment theory we have already discussed in last videos. That was given by Keynes, and that's called Keynesian theory also. In this theory, what we are going to discuss, what are the topic, what are the methods which we are going to discuss. Let's know a little bit about them. Why we are discussing this chapter, why we are studying this chapter, why this topic is in our book. The answer of it, you know that I've told you in 1930 there was a Great Depression, there was an economic recession in the whole world, and at that time, according to the classical thought of economics, there was no one who can solve that problem, who can give the solution of that deflation, who can give the solution of that recession. In 1930 there was a condition that output has been totally goes down, factories were totally closed, and there was lots of unemployment, and that time economy was running to the market price, market forces, demand and supply. That was the capitalist economies. So at that time there was no interference of government according to the classical thought. So classical thought could not make it understand, could not make it solve that how we can improve the employment level, how we can overcome from the problem of Great Depression. That time, Keynes has given the theory, income and employment. He explained that how we can improve the employment level, how we can improve the income level, how to decide income and employment of an economy, how we can get the equilibrium level, how we can overcome with the problem of unemployment, how we can improve our production, कैसे हम अपना प्रोडक्शन बढ़ा सकते हैं, कैसे हम बेरोजगारी अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट को दूर कर सकते हैं. ये जो प्रॉब्लम थी 1930 की, ग्रेट डिप्रेशन जिसको कहा गया, जो मंदी थी, इकोनॉमिक रिसेशन था, उसको सॉल्व करने के लिए उन्होंने एक थ्योरी दी, दैट इज कॉल्ड जनरल थ्योरी ऑफ इनकम एंड एम्प्लॉयमेंट, इंटरेस्ट एंड मनी. और वही थ्योरी आज हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. देखिए, एट दैट टाइम ऑल्सो एंड इन दिस टाइम ऑल्सो द सिचुएशन इज क्वाइट सिमिलर. Reasons can be different. That time there was some different reason. This time the reason is pandemic, that corona disease. But the situation is quite similar. That time also there was economic recession. Output has totally decreased. Unemployment was increased a lot. आज भी ऐसा ही है, unemployment बहुत ज्यादा है, output बिल्कुल गिर चुका है. तो ऐसी प्रॉब्लम्स को सोल्व कैसे करें, कैसे हम फिर से, how we can improve our employment level again, how we can improve our income level again, how we can put the economy again on the track. जो इकोनॉमी है जो ट्रैक से बिल्कुल हट चुकी है, हमारे जो जीडीपी ग्रोथ रेट है वो 3% तक चल रही है, मतलब इकोनॉमी बिल्कुल जमीन पे है. एंड व्हाई इज इट? बिकॉज ऑफ द कोरोना डिजीज. वी ऑल नो दैट फ्रॉम 1.5 month वी ऑल हैव बीन लॉकडाउन, देयर इज नो वर्क गोइंग ऑन, आउटपुट टोटली रिड्यूस हो चुका है. तो उस कंडीशन में कैसे हम अपनी इकोनॉमी को वापस लेके आए, कैसे इस एम्प्लॉयमेंट लेवल को बढ़ाएं, कैसे इस इनकम लेवल को बढ़ाएं, हाउ वी कैन इंप्रूव द इनकम लेवल, एम्प्लॉयमेंट लेवल. सो दैट वाज डिस्कस्ड इन 1934 बाय द कीन्स. आज भी हम लोग उसी थ्योरी पे काम करते हैं. उस वक्त भी ऐसी सिचुएशन थी, ग्रेट डिप्रेशन हुआ था, इकोनॉमिक रिसेशन हुआ था, एंड दैट टाइम ही हैज गिवन दैट थ्योरी. सो आई होप ऑल यू अंडरस्टूड कि व्हाई वी आर डिस्कसिंग दिस इनकम एंड एम्प्लॉयमेंट थ्योरी, बिकॉज दिस थ्योरी tells us that how we can overcome with the problem of deflation and inflation, how the economy mechanism work, economy का जो mechanism है वो कैसे काम करता है, how this flow of money work, how this employment get generated, कैसे इकोनॉमी में एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट होता है, कैसे इनकम लेवल बढ़ता है, एग्रीगेट डिमांड जो है या हमारा कंजप्शन जो है वो कैसे, हाउ दीज वेरिएबल्स वर्क. सो लेट्स डिस्कस अबाउट दिस. Income and employment theory, the objective of income and employment theory, why we are discussing, because we want to get full employment, we want to get economy is in equilibrium. Economy is in equilibrium मतलब equilibrium in macroeconomics, और macroeconomics में equilibrium का मतलब है economy is in equilibrium. और when does it come, ये कब आता है? When there is full employment, all the resources are fully employed, efficiently employed, then there will be, economy will be in equilibrium. That will be the optimum condition. And how this optimum condition will come? ये optimum condition कब आएगी? When aggregate demand will be equal to aggregate supply. Now these are the two new words we have heard. Full employment हमें पता है, हर कंट्री, हर इकोनॉमी चाहती है कि वहां पे फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट हो, कोई बेरोजगार ना रहे. और फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट होगा तो इकोनॉमी क्या आ जाएगी? इक्विलिब्रियम में आएगी, यानी ऑप्टिमम कंडीशन पे होगी हमारी इकोनॉमी. इकोनॉमी मतलब टोटल मीन्स ऑफ रिसोर्स. तो व्हेन टोटल मीन्स ऑफ रिसोर्स विल बी इक्विलिब्रियम, कब होंगे मीन्स हमारे इक्विलिब्रियम में, ऑप्टिमम कंडीशन में, जब हमारे सारे रिसोर्सेज, सारी इकोनॉमी क्या होगी? फुली एम्प्लॉयड होगी. और ये फुली एम्प्लॉयड कब होगी? व्हेन इट विल बी फुली एम्प्लॉयड, व्हेन एग्रीगेट डिमांड विल बी इक्वल टू एग्रीगेट सप्लाई. नाउ व्हाट इज एग्रीगेट डिमांड एंड एग्रीगेट सप्लाई? Before knowing aggregate demand and aggregate supply, we cannot make them equal. जब तक आपको ये नहीं पता aggregate demand होता क्या है, aggregate supply क्या होता है, we cannot make them equal. हम उनको equal कैसे कर सकते हैं, कैसे समझेंगे equal कब होगा? तो to make them equal, we will discuss first what is aggregate demand and then what is aggregate supply. So our first topic in this unit is aggregate demand and aggregate supply. Now first let's discuss what is aggregate demand. Aggregate demand is total planned expenditure on final goods and service in an economy. In economy, whatever we spend, whatever sectors we are having, the whole four sectors, whatever they are spending on final goods and service, that is called aggregate demand. And so we can say aggregate demand is the total expenditure of economy. Whatever we spend, it is called aggregate demand. So total planned expenditure of an economy is called aggregate demand. Suppose that in this year, India is an economy. Whole India planned in 2020 to 2021, like 1st April 2020 to 31st March 2021, we all spend $1 billion, or we spend $1 billion. So the aggregate demand of in this economy will be $1 billion. Total expenditure by all sector of an economy on final goods and services, that is called aggregate demand. So aggregate demand is total planned expenditure. And how we have calculated total planned expenditure? I just told you. If it is four sector, it is consumption expenditure, investment expenditure, government expenditure plus export minus import. So aggregate demand will be C plus I plus G plus X minus M. If it is two sector, then AD is equal to C plus I. So what we get? Aggregate demand is equal to consumption expenditure plus investment expenditure plus government expenditure plus export minus import. That is called aggregate demand of an economy. And here we will discuss only two sector economy. So if it is two sector economy, then it is AD is equal to consumption expenditure plus investment expenditure. And what is consumption expenditure? We have already discussed. Consumption expenditure done by the household on final goods and services for the consumption of goods and services. And investment expenditure done by the producer on final goods and services. So that all two expenditure added, and that is called aggregate demand. Now discuss how aggregate demand works, how aggregate demand behave. Let's discuss the behavior of aggregate demand. Behavior of aggregate demand means at different income level how aggregate demand behave. अलग अलग इनकम लेवल पे, जब इकोनॉमी अलग अलग इनकम लेवल पे होती है तो वहां पे एग्रीगेट डिमांड है वो कैसे काम करती है, यानी हमारे एक्सपेंडिचर्स हैं वो कैसे वर्क करते हैं. सपोज दैट लेट्स टेक एन हाइपोथेटिकल एग्जांपल. हमारी इनकम लेवल है, y मींस इनकम, इनकम लेवल. सो इनकम इज फर्स्ट 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Let's put them till 80 only. 0, 20, 40, 60 and 80. Now, there are two things only. One is consumption, one is investment. Now, when income is 0, like this time, in this pandemic, all the work has got stopped, no one is working. Maximum people are working from home or rest. Half of the economy is not working. So when they are not working, is there any consumption? Surely there is consumption. When people are not working, income level is not getting generated, still we are consuming, still we are spending. हम कमा नहीं रहे फिर भी कंजप्शन तो चल रहा है. तो when economy has zero income, still there will be some consumption, and that consumption is called autonomous consumption. Zero income पर जो consumption है, that is called autonomous consumption. So suppose that when income is 0, consumption is 20. So autonomous consumption is 20, and that is denoted by C bar. So C bar is 20. Right? Now, when income increase, consumption will also increase. So when income is 0, consumption is 20. When income increase, obviously बात है, when we earn more, जब इकोनॉमी ज्यादा earn करेगी तो expenditure भी बढ़ेगा, consumption भी बढ़ेगा. Positive relationship होता है 20, तो it has been increased from 30, 40, 50 and 60. When income is increasing, consumption also increasing. Let's talk about investment. So I'll tell you there is two type of investment. One is autonomous and one is induced. Autonomous investment is investment which does not change with change in income. Here income is changing, investment won't change. Investment will be same, constant, whatever we have taken. So let's take investment 10. So it will be constant, we won't change it. And when investment won't change with change in income, that is called autonomous investment. Now AD, C plus I. 20 plus 10, 30. 30 plus 10, 40, 50, 60, 70. That's called aggregate demand. How we get it? C plus I. That's called aggregate demand. Let's draw the diagram of aggregate demand. We have one x-axis, one is y-axis. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. On x-axis we'll take income level. And on y-axis we'll take aggregate demand. Correct? Now income level is 0 to 80, so 0, 20, 40, 60, 80. Aggregate demand is 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So let's talk. Take it. This is also 20, 40, 60, 80. Now first let's draw the consumption. When income is 0, consumption is 10, 20. When income is 0, consumption is 20. Sorry. When income is 20, consumption is 30. When income is 40, consumption is 40. When income is 60, consumption is 50. And when it is 80, it is 60.